Coming up fast, but the start of the new school year is still over a month away, but there is a key deadline Friday for all districts in New York, and that's when district leaders have to post how their schools will comply with a new statewide school cell phone ban.
Joining us now is East Syracuse Minoa School Superintendent Dr. Donna Desiato. Donna, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it.
It's great to see you.
We'll get right to it. Donna, what is the ESM cell phone ban going to look like, the bell-to-bell ban?
Well, I think first it's probably most important when everyone understands the why. That the research has been very clear that since the onset of the mostly the advent of the cell phone in 2007, we really haven't had protocols or parameters with regard to the uses of that technology in a variety of different arenas. We do on a plane, we say, please turn your phone to airplane mode. But in schools and in other places, it's been pretty broad and undefined. So the state has required now that from bell, opening bell to ending bell, there is a ban on the use of internet-enabled devices. Primarily cell phones will be the major piece of that. But there will be others, whether it's the Apple Watch or other types of internet-enabled devices that are used for non-educational purposes. So understanding that the why is because it is clear in the research that there have been there's distractions, there's to some degree addictions with regard to feeling as though you have to constantly use them. The other is that they're taking away from other essential skills, talking to each other, developing relationships with both your teachers and your peers. So we are taking that approach by saying this is our opportunity to really develop digital citizenship. And you have a responsibility when you're in our environment to be in learning mode. And when we're in learning mode, our cell phones are away and they stay away throughout the day.
What does away mean? Because from what I understand now, and you helped us understand this, you can't just put them in the book bag because the state won't allow that. They have to be in something.
That's correct.
That you offer, the school district. So what are you doing?
The requirements have a lot of specifics that you'll see in the policies that have been developed and will be posted by August 1. But one of those requirements is that the district provide the storage. So in our case, we are looking and have purchased a pouch for every student. We've chosen to actually go with a pouch that can have our Spartan on it. So at the high school, there'll be orange with Spartan, blue and orange Spartan configuration. At the middle school, there'll be blue with orange and blue configuration. And at the elementary schools, there'll be a combination for those who may need them in the upper grades at those levels. But it's intentional for us that they will have a very strong Velcro fastener.
Not a lock.
But it's not a lock. And that's because, again, we're teaching digital citizenship and responsibility. When we say that it is to be put away, it is to be in the pouch, that's what's expected. That's what we'll be holding students accountable for.
And Donna, what's the cost of these pouches and how did ESM pay for them?
So the average cost when we first started to approach this was anywhere between $30 and up. We've actually been able to cut that down to almost, not quite half of that by just researching and going with what we thought were more both appropriate and affordable. The state actually has a formula by which I would say approximately half of that cost will be reimbursable by the state. We're fortunate that we're one of the districts that has actually a grant that actually covers that type of material because the grant is supporting the reduction of anxiety and disruptions and distractions within the environment. So that we were very fortunate.
Yeah, that's right in that category.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Maybe one last question I'm going to squeeze in for you. Also part of the governor's policy requires that you have a way for parents to reach students during the day. May not be as complicated as it sounds. How do you go about doing that? You call the office?
Right. You do. And you know, I think that one, we understand that change is hard. So we want parents to know, one, we understand that you always want to know your child is safe wherever they are. By calling the main office, they will be able to reach their child. There is also the dedicated phone in the office in which their child will be able to reach their parent. We also give every one of our students a Chromebook that is a district distributed Chromebook, and every child has an email, a school email. So their parent will be able to email them, and they'll be receiving that email. So it'll just be a different form of communication.
All right. Yes, I'm meeting the deadline, August 1st. And,
we are.
And you'll be posting that policy too for parents.
We'll be posting it. We'll be creating some videos for parents and students to watch before the school year opens. And then certainly a lot of communications will come out, both from the district through Parent Square and other means, but also the buildings at each level, the appropriate age level, will be sending information to parents and to students as we start the school year.
Donna, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Sure.